Welcome to my summer hiking series in Utah, where every Friday I show you a hike to go on this weekend. This week's hike is Gloria Falls, only the most beautiful waterfall I've ever seen in person, and it is not hard to get to. Let's start our hike. You will park at the White Pine Trailhead in Little Cottonwood Canyon. The trailhead has a paved parking lot that fills up quickly in the mornings during the summer. There is additional roadside parking, so you can always find a spot. You may just have to walk a little ways. There are 2 vault toilets located at the trailhead. Bring your hand sanitizer. This hike is a total of 2.3 miles with 541 feet of elevation gain. Once you cross this bridge, you will take an immediate right-hand turn and simply follow the wide and very obvious trail up for approximately 1 mile. There are no other turns or connecting trails for the first mile, so you don't have to worry about getting lost. You will see anyone and everyone on this trail enjoying this hike. This is a popular trail for families with little kids and elderly grandparents, tourists, trail runners, and hikers making their way to and from other destinations. You may be wondering, how difficult is this hike? That is all subjective, of course, but remember, this is a popular trail for families with little kids, grandparents, and tourists. Almost anyone who can walk can complete this hike. That being said, be sure to take your time, enjoy your surroundings, and bring plenty of water and snacks. One way that I measure difficulty is to calculate the average elevation gain per mile for the first half of the hike, since you're usually hiking up to the destination, and when you're hiking back, you're usually hiking down for the most part. Not all hikes are like that, but this one is. How I do this is I divide the total elevation gain by half of the total miles. For this hike, we would take the total gain of 541 feet and divide by 1.15 miles, which is half of the total 2.3 miles of this hike. This gives us an average of 470 feet of gain per mile. I personally generally consider any hike with less than an average of 500 feet of gain per mile to be a relatively easy hike. For hikes with around 500 feet or more gain per mile, I call those moderate hikes or moderately difficult. And for hikes with around 750 feet to 1,000 feet or more of gain per mile, I call those ones difficult, if not very difficult. Obviously, this is not fine science by any means, but this is how I personally gauge the difficulty of any hike. To be fair, nearly all hikes in Utah are relatively steep. That's just how the mountains are shaped up here. Of course, in Utah, you should also factor in the max elevation of each hike. For Gloria Falls, the maximum elevation you will reach is around 8,193 feet. If you're coming from sea level or are not accustomed to hiking in Utah, this will definitely leave you winded. Once you reach the 1 mile point, there is a confusing intersection where the separate white and red pine trails converge, both of which will come down on the left-hand side of the trail that you are on. First, you will see the white pine trail, which you will continue past. Second, you will see the red pine trail. This is the trail you will begin making your way up. Shortly after you begin hiking up the red pine trail, you will come across a footbridge to your right. Cross this bridge and then take an immediate left turn. From this point, the trail gets noticeably steeper and is more like walking up stairs than a gently sloped and wide trail. But the waterfall is only a few minutes and short distance away at this point. Simply take your time and you will get there. This section of trail can be a little confusing and seem like a choose-your-own adventure. Just pay attention to the very well-worn footpath that follows the river up to the falls, and you will be there in no time. We made it. Here we are at Gloria Falls. Tune in next Friday for another hike, or if you cannot make this hike in person, see the full-length virtual hike video tomorrow.